Sino si
Hmm?
Master Pog?
Wala
Siya
pa,
yung,
wala
siya
pa.
yung
Wala
guest. Siya
pang...
yung guest
Ay, ito
natin.
na si Leo. Si Leo. Dito na.
Ayan siya. Okay.
Bakit naghahanap pa
Natawa,
kayo ng Master Pogi?
natawa,
Nandito si
natawa
Mark.
si Mark eh.
Kaya si Leo kasi, ano ba kayo?
Akala ni Mark siya yung
Ano
pinag-uusap.
ko nahanap?
Ganon, Mark? Talaga ba?
Dahil yung pangalan niya kasi sa email, si, sa DP. Kasi yung to, yung lahat naman ng pangalan, yung pang ginamit.
Master, bakit Master Pogi ka din ba?
Eh, ayaw niyo ba?
Wala naman ako sinabi. Natanong ko lang to naman. Masyadong tap.
Maraming mga candidates dito sa Master Pogi. Nandito si George. Nandito
Ito na yung original Master Pogi. Wag na.
Dito na si Leo. Leo.
Buti naman Leo.
Yes, morning.
Ayan. Okay guys, good morning everyone. Thank you for joining the pilot episode of our business acumen sessions. Today we will be kasi 1 hour lang no, pero alam ko bitin yon, pero we will try to maximize. Siguro hindi na ako magtatagal no. This is actually a session for us to be able to learn different roles, especially yung mga experts in the market right now. Syempre, our goal is to be able to ask questions. I will be facilitating the discussion, pero just for everyone to know, you can ask questions any point in time while our guest is actually providing us yung details ng ginagawa niya. Siguro hindi na ako magtatagal. I'm George, by the way, your host and facilitator. Mitzi is also here to be our co-facilitator. Pero syempre, i-introduce ko na yung guest natin, no? Although he will be pretty much providing everyone the details, siguro bigay ko lang yung highlights. Our guest for today is actually a digital marketing expert. He has 16 years of experience sa digital marketing, no? Very focusing more or less on pay-per-click ads or Google ads. No, at saka lahat ng klaseng ads, nandiyan yung Yahoo, Bing, Facebook, tapos email marketing, tsaka list building. He is actually a Google Ads professional. So iba to sa ordinaryong nag-aral lang ng Google, tapos tatlo yan actually, yung nag-aral lang sa Google, yung nag-aral ng Google Ads, no, na through a certificate, pero iba talaga yung certified Google professional. So this guy is a certified Google professional kasi nagtrabaho siya sa Google, no? So he has almost 10,000 Google Ads accounts created, optimized and analyzed combined. And then he is not just a Google Ads professional but also a certified digital marketing for all areas. So siya yung pinakamaganda kasi talaga tanungin pagdating sa digital marketing. So hindi na ako magtatagal. I would like to present to everyone Leo Bragas. Good morning, sir.
Hi, sir. Welcome. I'm welcome myself, and I'm welcoming myself. Now, it's my first time to attend to a session like this. Pero hi, good morning.
Ayan. So Leo, just before si Leo nga pala is he's also very altruistic. Meron niyang community. He's actually growing a community of not just kids, no, but young adults and professionals alike to learn digital marketing, no. Meron siyang libre na parang advocacy niya to help, no. Ang importante mag-attend lang daw. So yun. So maraming salamat, Leo. Siguro I will be asking the first couple of questions and then the rest of everyone can pretty much ask na yung questions nila. So siguro Leo, for my understanding, kasi sa amin, as you know, our company is we do remote outsourcing and we come across a lot of requests from different business owners around the world, specifically sa Australia rin sa US, na naghahanap talaga ng digital marketer. Siguro it would be good if you actually break down to us muna. Ano ba talaga yung key responsibilities nitong role na to? Ano ba talaga dapat ginagawa ng isang digital marketer?
it's a lot, no? Digital marketing is it's a wide spectrum of specialties, no? Well, to begin with, very important with digital marketing is yung ano mo, um, yung implementation mo ng digital marketing campaigns, which is still pretty broad, right? But technically, digital marketing is just the online version of what marketing is about. Okay, so it starts with with your planning, with your research, with your sales, at the same time copy mo, no? So same lang din para nagbebenta ka ng anything about product or services over the phone or in person. Same thing lang yan when it comes to digital marketing, no? So nilagay mo lang siya sa internet. So that's what it is. Okay. Second is of course yung specialties mo when it comes to your I would say your core skills, no? It could be you could start with selling. No, you could start with some technical knowledge about maybe you're gonna start with being a programmer or web developer at first, and then you shift on promoting that or expanding that skills for digital marketing, or it could be mix of all. No, you're really good at about creating content, writing, even speaking or recording video. You could fall under content creating or content making, and then pwede mo rin yun i-mix with your digital marketing arsenal, no? Ngayon, well, hindi na naman siya bago, pero social media marketing is also part of it, right? So if you're also good at doing combined skills of content creation or content making, and then copywriting, no? Magaling ka rin mag-take ng mga images, may skills ka rin when it comes to that, then pwede mo kasing yung skills mo with your with social media marketing. That's not just specifically for Facebook, no? Pwede mo na, marami na kasi ngayon, no? So you can have Facebook, you can have Instagram, pwedeng TikTok. Tapos kung meron kang skills for creating videos at the same time, pwede mo na rin ipasok sa YouTube 'yon, no? And of course, yung pinaka basic sa lahat is yung analytics mo and reporting. Kasi it's not just about you doing digital marketing, mag-run ka ng ads or magsulat ka dyan or mag-record ka ng content mo. It's also about presenting what you work with, right? Ano ba yung performance ng ginawa mo? How are you gonna measure the performance of the engagement ng video mo? Performance ng mga visits ng mga sites, ng mga sales, ng mga leads na pumapasok, no? And then also it's part of like what you said, email marketing, no? So email marketing is like the oldest way of digital marketing na meron tayo before pumasok pa yung mga paid promotions na yan or mga paid marketing, no? If you guys remember yung email chain before, pag nasa Hotmail ka, 'di ba? Like yung may mga lumalabas biglang mga diyan, mga multo na tingnan mo to for like 30 seconds or like 1 minute. Oh, may multo. Wow. Tapos i-share mo yung mga yung mga chain mails na mga kakaibang mga image, mga gory emails, mga image before, no? And anything funny na mga funny images or email. Yun ang way ng email on how you connect with people, no? Pero email marketing is one of the oldest way of promoting online. That has the highest, very high conversion rate of all at the same time. Lastly, syempre, paid marketing, no? So paid marketing consists of Google Ads, Microsoft Ads, Pinterest, Facebook or Meta, no? And lastly, it's all TikTok is part of it, even LinkedIn. So that's why mahabang explanation when you say digital marketing. So you have to be you have to know specifically kung ano bang part ng digital marketing ang expert ka, no? So yeah, so you could fall to different areas of digital marketing based on your expertise. So it's a lot.
Well,
So
you mentioned that, well, it seems that when you're a digital marketer, maybe you're mid-level or senior level, but maybe to understand, kasi from an HR point of view, di ba, we're interested in levels or career path. Okay, what are the entry points? How would you say that this one is level 1, level 2, level 3? Or ano ba ang determinants ng levels sa digital marketer?
oh, very good question, no? Well, it will always start with, I would say siguro with sales, and kasi ang leveling with digital marketing usually comes with being an account manager. Okay, kasi before you before you become an expert of what you do, no, merong kang dapat, I would say, basic skills about almost those things that I mentioned a while ago, or at least a little bit of familiarity. That is what's gonna be the role of an account manager at first. No, so account manager, that's basically the person who communicate with the specialist. No, I mean my part now, most of my role that I'm with is on the specialist part, on the paid media, right? Also account manager communicate with the with the head of paid media, or could be head of like SEO, head of social, and also bali siya yung nagiging parang middleman between you and the client. So the role of an account manager is to make you look good, to make you look good to the clients. At the same time, to communicate what the client wants, or may mga task bang mga kailangan gawin na kailangang i-communicate din doon sa expert. No? Kasi the expert doesn't have to be in the meeting like every time. Okay? Now, in terms of movement ng career, so from an account manager, you could be an expert of your area, kung ano man yun, no? It could be paid media, it could be paid search for Google, it could be papasok sa content or creatives. Very rare pumapasok yung sa development side, or tinatawag nating CRO, or conversion rate optimization. No, part yon. Maliban na lang if you have a base knowledge of of programming, basic HTML, and then naging web ka. So yun na nagiging movement mo yon. Then eventually, ang pinaka-movement or highest role that you can achieve with digital marketing is to be the CMO, which is the Chief Marketing Officer. Okay, so got couple of roles like that before, and then most recent, hindi ko na sabihin kung anong company, no? And then you could also be the head digital marketing consultant for a company. So I have a local company, that's basically what my role is. So I started to basically do everything, no? Itong paranda kilala sa Pilipinas to, no? Madalas itong sinasakyan bago kayo pumasok sa work. No? Pwede kayong magmotor, pwede kayong pwede kayong sumakay sa kotse. So, yun yung company na yun. They're like the top 2 in the country now. No? So, I started with that company. Sorry. So, there's a question here, no? So, if
No, go ahead, Leo. That's for like later.
okay, got it. So, like I did, so that's been my client for the past 4 years now. So, so during the pandemic, so I onboarded them, and then I started with everything. Kasi they hired different agencies, and then they want someone to be to be there for them as an in-house, no, na ano nila na na expert nila. So I took the job, and then I kind of like fixed the the things that was the old agency did for them, to the point na naayos yung marketing nila. We created a cadence, which basically I created the cadence at first kasi I'm the one doing it. And then later, nung dumadami na yung task, and then kumbaga nagiging mabait na sa akin yung may-ari, sabi, I don't think you don't have to do this anymore. So is it possible if you can build your own marketing team in here? So what I've done is ako rin yung you can be an HR as well for digital marketing kasi digital marketing skills is kind of like, it's very complex. So if you're interviewing someone, you have to know what it is so that you also ask the right questions, and then you would also know the right answers. So that's also what I've done for that company. So I also hired my own internal digital marketing team, from paid media to creatives to to content writers, no, up until sa pinaka manager nila. So now what I'm just doing for that company is I'm just overseeing things, and then nag-uusap na lang kami may-ari.
Time lang kayo. Siguro ayun na lang natin, ilinya lang natin. So i-summarize lang natin yung sinabi nila. So again, as you can see, digital marketing is really a complex role, no? At marami siyang specializations. So kung any particular role, meron kang tinatawag na specialist, meron ka ring generalist, no? So in digital marketing kasi is more of like a generalist approach, pero depende yan also base dun sa sinabi ni Leo, based on siguro industry that you serve and also the type of work that you are also doing, no? Kung ewan ko lang, i-clarify ko lang, no? Siguro i-layer natin siya, no? So ang kakaintindi ko dun sa sinabi mo, yung first layer, yung pinaka-basic, kasi basing dun sa question din ni Christina, ano ba yung mga level? Siguro kung i-basic natin, parang ang tingin ko, when you say digital marketing generalist, at least you should have the following skills. Number 1, dapat may creative skill ka. So, creatives, dapat marunong ka. Bakit? Kasi kung magso-social media ka at papasukan mo, let's say, yung social media management, dapat marunong ka gumawa ng creatives. Number 2, dapat marunong ka magsulat ng content. Tama ba, Leo? At least yung
Correct.
content is very important. No? Because syempre, kailangan engaging yung content mo, magre-resonate sa audience mo. No? And then third, dapat meron kang attention sa metrics. No? Kumbaga, hindi pa advanced analytics, but really attention lang sa metrics. Kasi yung tatlong yun napaka-importante. Kung mapapansin mo yung first layer, karamihan, pag sinabing digital marketing, ang entry point nila kadalasan social media muna eh. Tama? Kasi yung social media madali. Facebook, engagement and all that. Now, as you go along, you develop certain skills. Other layers, no? Yung next layer mo, marunong ka na mag-email marketing kasi nade-develop mo na yung content side of things, no? You also do content marketing, so much more. And then you now progress into higher disciplines like, let's say, SEO. Tama? And then sometimes mas further pa, nag-explore na into paid ads, no? So yung mga diba dyan, pag e-commerce, Facebook ads, di ba? Yung mga iba-ibang klaseng pag-explore dun sa ganung mga modalities. Then obviously, when you become much more advanced, mas conscious na siya sa metrics. When we say metrics, talagang nakatutok na yung metrics. Bakit? Kasi when you talk about Facebook ads, when you talk about Google ads, nandyan na very in demand yung conversion rate optimization na sinasabi. Yung sinasabi nilang kailangan nagko-convert yung ginagawa mo, otherwise wala rin, di ba? Hindi rin effective yung work mo as a marketer. So I think yun yung parang tiering yan. And then finally, yun na nga, pag you have all these disciplines, you can perhaps enter your specialization at pwede ka na mag-consulting, pwede ka na maging CMO, pero matagal-tagal yun, no? At maraming ang disciplines. One thing also that I noticed, sa umpisa nga, nagde-develop ka ng analytic skills eh. Sa umpisa, creative muna. Pero patagal na matagal, into the tier, no? Lalo na pag kunyari pumasok na sa game yung SEO. SEO kasi, tama Leo, no, is a very technical skill. No? So,
It is.
so dun mo na nade-develop unti-unti. So yun lang parang ano ko, parang pinaka summary ko dun sa sinabi mo. Para lang at least meron tayong visualization ba on how it works. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Yep. I think that pretty much covers that, no? So I'm just going through these this questions dito. So first one, so sabi nga ano daw yung if you would contain digital marketing expertise, especially in the pocket groups, what would this be from your perspective? Which one of these are most recently in demand from a client perspective? Very interesting question, no? Pero it seems like George already answered that question. So in a bucket, the basic things that you would need for this role is one is yung creatives, no? Very important kasi that's where things are gonna get started sa digital marketing. Okay, kasi it will always start with your sales pitch, on how the ad looks like, on how the in a marketing context. Okay. Well, in terms of creatives that consist of both text and image and videos, no. So it should basically highlight what the product and services is offering or what's the problem it's actually solving. No, ano bang unique selling points nung services and products na meron kayo na pinopromote, not just focusing on the features. So you as the expert, you should be able to spot those type of copies or pitches ng mga kliyente mo and basically tell them na here's what we have to do kasi currently this is what you've been doing. No? Maybe that's the reason why it's not working based on the metrics. And then you're basically going to spot what that is, and then you're going to show them exactly how to do it a bit better, to the point na you and your client will agree. So would that answer the question?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Next, considering the various responsibility in digital marketing role, what fundamental skills do you believe are essential for success? Well, sabi ko nga sales, no? Sales and analytics. Okay? Kasi the thing is, no matter how good your creative is, no matter how good your content is, okay, if you don't know selling or you basically in analytics at the same time, you won't be able to sell your work on how good did you do to your client. Your client won't understand. Kasi most of your clients, they don't know this skills or this technicalities. All they care about is this is the money that I invested. This is the money that I make. And because of your work, maybe yung $1 na in-invest ko is naging $2 or naging deficit. Now, how are you going to word that? Kasi sometimes you'll get to your goal in this X number of weeks or months. Sometimes you won't. Sometimes there's a process. There's a waiting time to get there, and there are also work to be done. So very very complex siya, no? So pero at the end of the day, it's all about looking at the data. Parang ano yan, it's all about looking at the facts, no? Kasi sometimes kahit na masabi nga maganda yung gawa mo on paper, pero pag tumingin tayo sa numbers, bagsak. No? Wala rin yan, no? So mag-ano yan, ang magiging deciding factor dyan is yung performance mo, like the money that came in, like the ROI. So sabi nga nila the highest or the most important metric of digital marketing is basically ROI.
Leo, dagdagan ko lang yung sinabi mo, no? Kasi being a digital marketer also. No? Hindi ko lang alam kung kailan pa nagsimula kasi ako 2009 ata ako. Iba na yung SEO noon sa ngayon. No? Iba na dati, kailangan mo lang ng mag-publish ng ganitong article, tatarin mo ng keywords, mag-rank na yan. Eh. Ngayon hindi na because of the algorithms na in-implement ni Google and other search engines. Kasi nga, before, nadadaya ang mga search engines. Doon sa marami kasing disciplines like if digital marketing parang umbrella term sa lahat ng bagay. However, katulad ko, magaling ako sa SEO, hindi ako magaling sa SOCMED. Sa Google Ads, medyo, no? Pero kung sa content marketing, okay ako doon. Kasi writer ako before. Pero hindi ako marunong mag-Photoshop. Pero throughout my experience, nakikita ko na yung mga dapat elements para yung isang campaign mag-work, no? And working with other digital marketers like you, may mga salamuha rin akong mga katulad ng mga expert. Natututo ako ng skills. So, ang aking background, meron akong isang alam kong mag-e-excel ako. At may mga areas ng digital marketing na hindi ko kayang gawin, pero kaya kong pagtahi-tahiin itong mga ito, no? Kaya on hiring perspective, no? Kasi kapag ang client ang sinasabi na okay, kailangan ko ng SEO kasi gusto kong magkaroon ng sales. Medyo mali yun. Kasi ang SEO, may mga SEO kasi na kaya nila magparank ng pages, no? Through specific keywords, pero hindi sila marunong ng conversion optimization. Magtataas yung traffic ng page, pero hindi sila marunong ng anong elements, anong control to actions ba ang ilalagay dyan. Hindi sila marunong sa conversion optimization. Kaya, throughout my pakikipag-usap na rin sa mga recruiters sa LRs, minsan yun yung nasasabi ko sa kanila na okay, SEO ang hinahanap, kaya nga lang gusto ng sales, gusto ng leads. Mahirap, kailangan yung interviewin in the sense na okay, marunong ka magparank ng pages through keywords, pero how you translate that traffic, no? How do you translate that result into actual sales, no? Meron nga baliktad, no? Meron baliktad. Marunong mag-conversion optimization kasi nga ang background niya pwedeng creatives, no? Marunong siyang maglagay ng mga elements, no? Pero hindi marunong mag-SEO. So, yun lang na yun, no? Kasi kapag halimbawa, may mga clients silang ganun na hinihingi, no? Na, okay, ito yung gusto kong ROI. Ito yung numbers na gusto kong ma-target in terms of sales this month. Pero ito lang ang kinukuha, no? Gusto writer tapos gusto sales. Pero ang labo nun kasi writer, dapat may background din siya sa conversion optimization. Hindi iisang area lang ang kailangan mong tingnan. No? Pero, ikaw Lay, ano ba sa tingin?
Yeah, well, tama naman, no? Tama. So, I completely agree dun sa sinabi mo. Pero ano pa rin yan it's a very complex role, no? Kaya when even when I'm interviewing yung mga applicants before, no? So na pinapasok ko sa team, parang makikita mo sa profile niyan, like you're gonna look at LinkedIn profile, like digital marketing expert. So which part? Like, is it like digital marketing in general, or is it just some portion of it? Right. So, well, sabihin nila, what do you do specifically for digital marketing? So, sabihin nila na I run Facebook ads. Okay. Well, that's social media expert, no? It could be paid media expert, pwede rin. Ayun that's the right phrasing for that. It's not really digital marketing as a whole. Okay. So now also since marami siyang tawag dito, maraming kailangan kayong consider, no? Or marami kang kailangang maging expert, no? Sa na pag-aralan. That becomes very competitive at the same time din, no? Sa digital marketing world. Sabi nga nila na yung digital marketing is something similar to what a lawyer and a doctor can it is, no? Kasi totoo naman. Kasi it requires a lot of studying, reading, no? And then also knowing or getting influence from the expert of a particular niche that you're in, or the particular area of digital marketing that you want to be part of, para masabi mo talaga na, yeah, I'm an expert for it. Okay, kasi this is what I do. No, katulad ako, like, pinaka-unang libro kong unang libro meron ako dito. Like, this was like way back, siguro mga 2015 ko pang book, up until now, hawak ko pa rin to. So I keep on reading this book. And then yung mga basic ng, if you guys heard about like 80-20 principle, no? It's part of that. No? So it also requires a lot of reading. Okay, kaya kahit yung mga students ko na pumapasok doon sa sa training ko, lagi kong sinasabi sa kanila yan. You want to be an expert? Be like an expert. No? Read a lot. Study this. Kasi the moment na nandun ka na sa harapan ng kliyente and you're basically providing answer or your opinion, it's no longer just like, okay, opinion ko to. No, it's gonna be your professional opinion about what's going on. You're gonna be accountable for those words na bibitawan mo sa client. Okay? So that's that. Next is, what's the sample of how you paint the picture of ROI to a client? This is a tricky one, no? Kasi ROI to a client could be a lot of things. Okay, let's start with the basic one. No, a client who's numbers driven. I invested $1, I got $4 back, or you're able to deliver $4 back. Yung mga kliyente na math, no? So basic money, no? Cash flow ang na itulong mo sa client noon with your work, no? There are clients naman na they're so fixated with their brand guidelines sa mga ads nila. They want to follow that. Okay? So as long as you're following that, for them that's ROI. Ibig sabihin nasa ibang level na sila noon. Meron namang client na they're only interested to get new customers. No? Kasi you could have a sale of repeat customers. You can also have a sale of a new customer. Merong kliyente naman nakafocus lang sa ganong metric. He doesn't care about anything else. Okay? Meron namang kliyente na happy na sila na makita lang nila yung ads nila. No? Meron ganon. So ROI could be a lot of, it really depends. So that's why when a client is telling, like, the first thing that I ask to a client when I'm going with a discovery call or onboarding call sa kliyente, yun kagad na tinatanong ko, no? What's your goal? What's your goal for the first 30 days, 60 days, and 90 days? No? Ano yung long-term goal mo? No? Itong ride-hailing app na to na sinasabi ko sa inyo, ang goal nila when I speak to the owner, no, nung una, they want to be number one. Okay, they want to be number one. Sabi ko, wow, I mean, that's really nice. I can help you get there. But here are the requirements. Okay. 1, budget. 2, creative. 3, work. 4, consistency. We should have all of that. Okay. So that's what we did way back then 2020, no? Sinimulan ko syempre, well, kasi you have to demonstrate that first to the client that this how it's done, right? So yung cadence mo ng work mo and everything, and then how you interpret the data and all that. That's where we started. And then now, yun na, since meron ng sariling digital marketing team doon, so sila na lang yung basic na nagre-report sa akin, ako na lang nag-oversee, ako na lang yung may questions, so that before pa makita nung may-ari yan or kung sino man dyan na ibang agency na kinoconsult na may-ari, kita na namin. No? So QA is also part of digital marketing. No? So marami siya. No? Next one here is what's the difference between digital marketing analyst? Well, that's the digital marketing that's specialized on the data, no? Yan yung pag pumasok ka sa mga company, mga business analyst. Ayan yung mga role niya mga yan. Usually nasa ano yan, nasa mga higher rank yung mga yan, no? Sa mga company. Digital strategies, internet marketing specialist. Well, digital marketing is something na we just came up with. I think recent lang yan eh, no? Mga around, I would say siguro mga around 2016 or 17 something, no? Pero when that started, back in ako no mga back like mid 2000, no? Kasi I started digital marketing in like back in 2008. It's a little bit late kasi Google Ads started like around 2004. So mga 4 years late na ako noon. Pero that's still early, no? We call that internet marketing, not digital marketing. Hanggang naging online marketing. Tapos magpasok ng mga ito na recent na naging digital marketing na. Pero that's basically just the same meaning, no?
Saka Leo, ang digital marketing nun, ang ano pa, yung ang tingin pa nila sa digital marketing nun, hindi internet eh. Yung digital billboard.
Ganon.
Programmatic,
Ganun na.
programmatic
Kasi
marketing.
na mix. Yeah, program.
Video ad na categorization as digital. Pati yung TV ad nga noon, pag sinabi mong digital
Placements.
TV ad daw.
TV. Pero it's not. Traditional media pa rin ang TV, no? So, last question here is paid search manager. So, paid search manager is someone who specialized in search. That's basically one of my core skills, no? Paid search expert ako. Okay. So, yep, that's what's about. So, if there's SEO, that's for organic. There's paid search for ads. So that would be Google Ads, could be Microsoft Ads, no? Anything that runs on search engine is paid search manager. Next is
Leo, meron lang isang tanong, mukhang hindi mo nasagot. Coming from Nel, how long do you estimate it will take to see significant impact from the marketing efforts?
at least I would say minimum of 90 days. No, 90 days. And the reason being is this, no? Month 1 is about QA. No, QA. Check mo yung mga yung existing setup nila kasi you're going to analyze the performance of the campaign. No, hindi naman yan papasok ka dyan tapos magbabago ka na kagad kung ano nung gusto mong i-implement. There should be a basis about everything. No? Parang ano ka nga, parang sabi nga parang kang doktor. Bago ka mag-opera o bago ka mag-reseta ng gamot, titignan ko muna yung laboratory mo. Tignan ko muna yung medical results mo. No? Based on facts, here's what we're gonna do. Because of this, because of that. Okay? Then second month is about consistency nung ano nyo, nung mga cadence na gagawin nyo, planning, and implementation ng mga tasks. No? Third, is yung 90 days, that's when you're gonna see like consistent result from like the first 60 and 90 days. Like, meron bang consistency nangyayari dito based on data when we look at it? If there is, then you basically did your job. No? It's all about growth now. Kasi after ng 90 days, mag-iisip si kliyente na, oops, dagdag tayo ng ano, ang ganda ng performance ng campaign natin, we invested $1, we made $4 or $5. I want more. Kasi lahat naman ng businesses gusto ng mas marami. How can we make it happen? Gagawa ka na naman ng growth planning mo nun. No? So usually that's how it works. Next is what good strategies for closing the gap between leads and conversions when doing content marketing? Very interesting, no? Well, for leads and conversions, it has something to do with your remarketing when it comes to paid media. 2, it has something to do with your flows on your email marketing, no? And then yung pitch mo on, from leads and conversions, no, should be better, from your initial pitch. Okay, kumbaga parang pick-up lines yan, no? Hindi gumana yung first pick-up line mo sa kung sino man yung pinipick up mo. Yung pangalawang pickup line mo for closing the, someone to go on a date or whatever that is, should be better. Mas maganda dapat, mas sweeter dapat yung offer mo doon para kumagat, no? Kasi if not, kumbaga same pickup line yung gagawin mo the moment na nag-meet kayo, no? Then second gusto mo siyang pumili, same pa rin yung pickup line na gagamitin mo, pati yung spill mo. Parang hindi siya connect, no? Dapat dapat yung pickup line mo doon is much sweeter, like mas enticing, mas promising para doon siya bumili. So that's how it is.
Actually, Leo, I would agree, no? So, yun pa pala, isang skill din na kailangan pag marketer ka. And I think na habang binabanggit ni Leo kanina yung kanyang mga experience, napaka-important factor din yung persuasion. 'Di ba?
Yep.
Kasi yung it's actually a psychological skill, no, or psychology skill, no, to be able to persuade somebody to take action on something. And may mga steps yun, inaaral yun, di ba, Leo? Hindi, kung magtataka ka, you think na, marketer, basta, gawa ka lang ng post, gawa ka ng content, mag-email ka lang, you will be able to actually get results. Hindi kagad ganun. May steps yan. Tapos inaaral yun. Kung hindi ako nagkakamali, there are numerous steps in order for people to actually yun nga, yung sinasabi nila, know, trust, and like you, di ba? No?
Correct.
So pag nakuha mo na yung tatlong yun, mas madali ka na makakabenta. So, yun lang.
That's right. Even back in my Google days, no. So yung mga account manager ko na nakikipag-communicate sa client sa mga cold leads namin dun sa Google. So pagka pumasok yung stage ng leads going to contacted, and then kasi kailangan namin makuha yung yung close one nun no, nung leads na yon, no. So from the initial commitment, nasabihan, okay, usap ulit tayo next after like whatever that is, like after a week. And sabi ko, no, timing is also important, no. Dapat ang closing time mo dyan from the moment na makakuha ka ng initial interest sa client is dapat mabilis. We should be able to close the client within the next 48 hours. If you can do it within 24 hours, do it while the kettle is hot. Kasi the moment na pinatagal pa yan, no, umabot yan ng 1 linggo or yung interest ng client pati yung napag-usapan nyo is medyo nag-diminish yan eh. No, kaya kailangan mabilis dapat ang ang execution nyo. So, madami, no? Maraming combination, no, ng skills and discipline na kailangan to make it work, no? Pero yeah, the thing is, the keyword there is discipline, no? So, discipline is also very important with digital marketing, especially on work from home setup. Kasi most people think na, it's work from home, so I'm my own boss, which is true, no? Hindi ko na kailangan pumasok sa office, hindi ko na kailangan mag-commute, hindi ko na kailangan mag-report masyado sa boss ko or makihalubilo kung kani-kanino. I want to be alone. I want to spend time with the family. That sounds good, no? Pero syempre, yung discipline that you have to implement to make it work, no? Kailangan you should religiously follow kung ano yung working habits mo, no? If there's a task that needs to be done, you do it, no? Kasi number one na kalaban mo sa gantong type ng profession is yung yung manya na habit natin yung procrastination mo. If that happens, and you allow it to happen, unti-unti kang malalagasan na mawawala ng kliyente niyan. To the point na even yung mga simple tasks na kailangan mo makita, hindi mo na magagawa kasi wala yung discipline na yun. No? So, very important. Something na lagi kong tinuturo or lagi kong tinetest din sa mga students ko. Kaya my training with digital marketing it's very, very interactive. No? So, wala kayong makikita niyan in the market. Kahit yung mga courses na mga pinapanood nyo dyan, nakikita yung social media and all, wala kayong makikita. Kasi my course, my training runs for 6 months. Okay? Yung course na nakikita nyo, recorded course lang yan. And walang mga actual accounts, yung mga samples sa yung pinag-uusapan dyan. It's more on theory. Pero ang requirement ko, instead of charging my client or my client, not basically mga students ng thousands of pesos, no? Which is, malaki din charge itong mga to, yung mga nakikita ko, no? This also my way of giving back. Kasi digital marketing did good, you know, in my life, no, since nag-start ako, and then naging successful ako in that area. So naisip ko, instead of like doing, you know, like mga donation mga ganyan, no, meron naman, I didn't do it kasi ano lang yan eh, consumable yan eh, no. It's better to teach someone na gusto talaga, mga aspiring individual, to learn it, no. And then karamihan kasi diyan ng mga courses mahal. Eh, you're there to make money, right? To earn money, at the same time build skills. So, and you want someone who's really competent doing it, and who've done it for at least hundreds or thousands of times. Okay? And that's basically me, no? So kaya yung ang deal ko sa mga students ko is, number one, commitment, attendance. I'll be strict. Some of you would even hate me doing it. Pero you have to understand, kasi if you're already facing with a client, iba-ibang mood niyan. So binibigay ko na sa inyo iba't ibang mood during my training. Magugulat kayo, I'm nice now, then tomorrow parang, oh, bakit iba yung mood ni Master Pogi? Kasi Master Pogi yung ginagamit sa training, no? But iba yung mood ni Master Pogi. I'm doing that on purpose, but it's nothing personal. Minsan I'm putting everyone on the spot. Ano yung pinag-aralan natin kahapon? Ano itong metrics na to and all that? What's it all about? Kasi I want you to be focused. I want you to be able to think on your feet. Kasi most of the time it happens during the client meetings. So, yeah.
Are there other questions? Thank you, Leo. May question si Nell. I think she's raising her hand.
Yes po, mahirap po i-type eh. Coming from a recruitment perspective, there are a lot of candidates kasi na, yung make it till you fake it. So paano namin malalaman na talagang or alam talaga ni candidate yung ginagawa, particularly for the role?
Well, one, for the interviewer part, dapat may background ng digital marketing yung nag-i-interview, no? And up to date siya, no? Yung nag-i-interview. Kasi usual bottlenecks yan sa sa hiring process pa lang, no? Told you, explain ko kanina, I also built my own marketing team. Not just here sa local na account na yon, pero one of the digital marketing agency that's based in Canada also had the same thing. So imagine me interviewing other experts, no, na nag-a-apply. No, makikita mo sa resume niya ng ang gaganda ng mga credentials and all, no. Lagi kong tinatanong kaagad diyan is, personally ako, no, ilang account na hawakan mo? When's the last time na humawak ka ng account? Yun kaagad yun, no? Doon pa lang kasi makikita yun. Ano yung mga brands na hinawakan mo? Ano yung mga site na yun? Kasi it's easy to make up something, no? Napakadali. Now, we're gonna go to the details na. Papakitaan ko sila ng metrics on the spot. Kasi ako, marami akong mga hawak na mga accounts. Papakita natin ng metrics. Minsan papakita ko lang sa yung graph. Anong problema dito? What's the solution? On the spot. Pagka that's something that you cannot fake. Okay? So, doon pa lang malalaman mo. Kaya yung ratio ko ng success rate ko nung mga nag-a-apply. Actually, locally yung mga nag-apply dito, they're coming from prestigious schools. Ang gaganda ng mga profile nila, no? Pati yung mga credentials nila and all. Pero out of 50 na in-interview ko, no, 2 lang yung nakapasa. Tapos eventually yung pangalawa pa nga nagkaroon ng nagkaroon pa ng issue kasi syempre hiring process is the first thing and then proving yourself is another thing. No? Mahigpit ang requirement niyan, no? So yeah, that's basically what that is. So don't put the HR hiring process to someone who has no background about digital marketing. Kasi chances are, populahin ka lang ng mga kausap mo. No? Yan ang mangyayari dyan. No? Magpaka-technical lang ng konti yan, baka ma-amaze ka na kagad, oh, that guy looks smart or sounds smart. No? Pero you don't even know what that is, what that really mean, no, nung sinabi niya. Kaya ako, pagka may mga technical na mga sinasabi, pinapakinggan ko maigi yun. Okay. Kasi technical person ako by default. No? So doon ko malalaman na, does this guy really knows what he's talking about? And then, we're gonna dive deeper dun sa topic na yun hanggang sa malaman ko na, okay, kaya niyang simulan tong conversation na to, kaya niya rin lusutan. This guy know it.
Okay, thanks. Si Jopek is raising her hand.
Hi. So in relation to Nell's question, is it really necessary or does it help if a candidate will also submit a portfolio regarding
Yes.
his background for those? What if the candidate cannot provide one because of the NDA from his or her previous clients? What's the best option that we can do about that?
Well, you can still, very good, no? Submitting portfolio is solid na yun, na part nung CV mo, no? Pati case studies mo, very important. Now, in terms of NDA, yes, that's also valid, no? So in terms of creating your case studies or your portfolio, of course you won't be able to name that client kung sino man yan, no? So you can just give parang you just have to give yung generic niche ng client na nandoon that you work with, no? Katulad ng ina-explain ko sa inyo kanina, I didn't name the brand. Pero without us even agreeing about it, it looks like nasa utak niya na kung sino siya, no? Or at least one of that. So, I didn't break the NDA.
Thanks, Theo. Si Loves is raising her hand.
They can actually blur the logo, di ba?
Pwede yun. Pwede i-blur yung logo. Actually, pwede mo pa rin mapakita sa portfolio. I-blur mo na lang. Pero napaka-importante ng may portfolio. In fact, requirement yun. Pag walang portfolio, ibig sabihin hindi seryoso yung tao na yun. Or wala siyang napatunayan. Okay, other questions? Marami pa. So,
Yeah. Ito na sabi. So, how helpful do you think PageSpeed Insight for web dev when knowing if SEO CDD knows what he's doing? Well,
Dagdag ko lang po. When I have a job order SEO kasi that was my first job order na naalala ko, and I tried studying it. So I used this PageSpeed Insights na website, and I asked the candidate to audit a website to know whether he has something to say or she has something to say. Pag wala, thank you, goodbye na. Do you think it's something that can help us really,
Yes.
or is it reliable?
yes, it is. Kasi even I, part of my audit for client is I'm using PageSpeed Insights ng mga landing pages ng client or website nila. And then I also pick up yung mga yung mga parts nung site that's making it load slower, stuff like that. You're gonna point it out, no? Papakita mo sa kanila how the page performs on mobile or desktop. So yeah, if the candidate will be able to dissect, no, yung PageSpeed Insights mo in more detail in a technical manner that you guys both understand in terms of yung language na ginagamit nyo for technicalities, then that's better, no? Kasi baka mamaya kausap mo general ka lang na basic attack ka lang. Yun. So importante 'yon na that you use this. Yeah.
Oo, kasi minsan, if we have questions and they answer, it seems like it's the correct answer on how they answer the question, but really there's no basis whether tama ba yung answer ng candidate naman or hindi, knowing that we don't have background in digital marketing.
Siguro dagdag ko lang din na dun sa page speed insights, isa lang yun sa mga tool, no? Tama, Leo, no? Hindi
Yeah,
naman
isa lang.
lahat. Isa lang yun. Ang SEO kasi talagang malalim. Pero tama, if you want kasi to audit or for that matter, gustong malaman yung, and para lang din sa lahat ng mga recruiters to, para lang din malinaw, no? Kasi yung page speed insights, hindi talaga siya pang-test ng full SEO knowledge. Siguro one part lang. And it actually is just testing kung paano mo ma-analyze yung bilis ng isang website based dun sa insights na pinapakita niya. So yun lang yung pinaka ginagawa ng page speed insights. Actually, for what it is or what it's worth, what it's testing is yung technical knowledge or SEO technical knowledge ng tao pagdating sa isang website, no? Pero when it comes to keywords, iba pa 'yon. Tama, Leo, no?
Yep, iba pa yan.
When it comes to keywords, when it comes to optimization of the yon, kasama yon sa technical, pero yung pag sinabi mong off page, iba pa rin yon kasi nandoon naman yung mga links, no? So hindi nakukuha ni Page Insights yon. Para lang malinaw, no? Para lang at least we are when we use the tool. But again, you can use that tool to test if the person that is applying knows technical SEO pagdating sa page speed. So pwede gamitin yan. Para lang I just want to make sure na tama yung application natin.
Correct. Yep. Part lang ng yan, part lang ng audit niyan, no? So hindi lang, that's not everything. And we're only talking about SEO. So so all right, no worries. Thanks. So imagine when it comes to yung proposal and audit for like a full full digital marketing proposal. Consists of SEO, consists of paid media, consists of social, consists of email, consists of conversion rate optimization. Ang haba nun. Ang haba ng ina-audit. But that's basically the gist of it, no?
Okay, other questions? Ano pa?
It's already like 1 minute na lang till 11.
Oh, 1 minute. Okay.
Also,
yeah.
it's 11 o'clock. I'm sure that you have more questions. If you have slept on what a digital marketing specialist is, we will actually be giving out a Google form sheet, okay, for additional questions that we can ask Leo offline. Leo, if you will permit us.
Yes, definitely. Yeah,
Yes.
send it my way.
Yes. And then also for your other comments and suggestions, we will give you that Google form sheet.
Ayan. So, bitin, no? Bitin yung session. But,
Mahaba kasi dapat.
maraming usapan.
Mahaba
Ito, hindi
usapan
pwede. Hindi pwedeng isang. Pero again, your questions will definitely help. If you have questions, please feel free to write them all down dun sa Google form or sheet na bibigay nila Chris. And then we will forward it to Leo, and Leo will answer them to the best of his ability. And then, we will try to make sure that, makover lahat. So, again, thank you so much, Leo, for your time, no? Ang laki ng naituro mo sa amin, lalo na sa amin ni Mark, no? And also his team, and also the recruiters, no? And even with us. Again, it's important for us to really digest. May recording din tayo, no, nitong session na to. So please, you can always backtrack and rewatch the recording so that we can pretty much see ano yung mga context na sinasabi ni Leo. And also everyone who has attended this one, no? Thank you so much for your time. We hope that you did learn a lot. And again, please don't hesitate to send in your questions. We will try to have another session next week I think, Chris, we will be talking to, is it a technical recruiter that we're going to interview, or is it already a software developer?
We will
Software.
be talking to a group.
Okay.
Okay, so they're represented. Okay, one is from our group, okay, remote staff, okay, and then
Okay.
we have like independent software developers. So yeah,
Okay.
that's the topic. So you have like a guest, you have a group of people to ask questions for. And I think, George, I would recommend that this is because this is a group of people. I think we should have 1.5 hours for next session.
Yep, I agree. Okay, so kasi nga bitin eh.
Uh,
Okay, so thank you everyone. Maraming salamat and happy weekend. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, guys, for having me.
Code in the
Thank
chat.
you po.
You have to copy paste that
Thank you.
for your reference.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Thank you
everyone.
po.
Thank you po.
bye-bye.
Uh,